initiate any conversation nowadays, whether it's in Facebook, WhatsApp, in person, that's the safest question to ask anyone. Let's just think. Let's just pause for a minute and think. Was this the real intent with which this question was framed millions of years ago? Just to initiate a conversation? Also, if you see from the other end, if somebody asks you this question, how are you? Most of the time we just say, fine, I'm okay. Going on. The fact is, nowadays, if you see, most of the people have taken this question for granted. They just ask it, and people also do not feel welcoming enough to answer that question truly. Had each one of us been doing absolutely fine, fantastic, going on, I'm okay, then as we speak, 7.5% of Indians would not have been suffering from depression. You might be thinking 7.5% is just a certain percentage. Now, if you compare it with the Indian population, this means 56 million Indians are suffering from depression. And to top it, 38 million of Indians are suffering from anxiety disorders. Now, I'm just quoting two numbers, and there are so many other things which have not been reported, because it's not possible for even the media to reach everywhere. So you can just imagine how important is mental health and how sad the condition is. And when I say sad, it's not only in India, it's worldwide. I have seen people laughing at each other if a man cries. People laughing and saying that you're a psycho, you must go and see a doctor. So it's mental health is like a taboo in India till now. It's not that case outside India so much, but definitely yeah. And a report from World Health Organization says roughly 80 to 85% of the people across the world suffers from some kind of mental problem. And when I say mental problem, I don't mean that the person is mad or the person has some kind of a disorder. Just any kind of issues, panic attacks, anxiety, fear, depression, all these are mental disorders. I think you must have seen that people around you, sometimes they start behaving very differently. You are not able to relate to that person. And sometimes we ask them, and sometimes we just choose to ignore. It's high time that you have to pay attention to these minute details towards the people around you, people for whom you care about. There are different, there are different symptoms with which you can just find out whether the person is sad or the person is depressed. It's absolutely okay for a person to be sad, because we are not jokers that we are going to laugh throughout the day, right? So sadness is fine, depression is not. And depression leads to various other physical ailment or physical health issues. It can also lead up to cancer. So, a few such symptoms with which you can easily recognize would be suddenly the person's eating habits have changed. They might start eating a lot or eating very less. Their sleeping habits have changed. They might keep on sleeping throughout the day, or they are not able to sleep at all. So it's not easy to identify these symptoms in one day. You have to see it on a regular basis. And if you're just being observant, you don't have to be a doctor to observe this. You can just be yourself and observe these things for the people for whom you care. You can observe all these things in the people, and you can see that you will be able to find some kind of issues in these people. And the first step, if you notice this kind of issues, would be start communicating. Half of the time in this world we spend in electronic gadgets. The technology was supposed to you know, make our lives better. It was supposed to give us more free time because they were supposed to do a lot of other works for us. Yes, they do, but the point is it has taken away a lot of time, and majority of the time we are either glued to our system or our mobile phones or television, something or the other. That connect is missing somewhere. It's high time that we should take this thing seriously. It's not a taboo. Mental health is not a taboo anymore. It's equally and in fact more important than physical health. Because physical ailments can be rectified by medicines. You can observe the symptoms externally. But mental health, sometimes you cannot observe these things. Or every time you don't need a medicine as well to cure mental illness. Remember, depression is an illness, it's not a choice. People do not act depressed because they want to get sympathy from people. So start communicating more with your friends, with your relatives, with your loved ones. And if you ever see that something is bothering them, start communicating with them. They might tell you a lot of things and you might discover a whole lot of things for them, in them, and you will be able to help them. And in case you are not able to help, you seek professional help. It's absolutely okay. Had psychotherapists or psychologists been there only for mad people, then we would be sitting out in a mental hospital and not in the normal real world. So go out, reach out to your people, spend some time with them daily, and I'm sure we will be able to take down or bring down the number, the percentage towards mental illness, mental health issues. And if you ever need any professional guidance to help you with any of your anxiety, depression, or any issues related to your emotions, your mental ability, mental health, please feel free to get in touch with us. Stay blessed till then. Keep the dialogue flowing.